Can I begin?
I knew in my spirit, in my heart, that I was going to be a superstar. That's it. You could not tell me anything else.
I did it all by myself.
I am a crossover.
I remember what they said.
Whoever has problems with crossover, they can literally stuff it. I've always speak from authenticity.
Hi, this is Silas Ram, AsianCultureVulture.com. I'm with the amazing Raja Kumari. What do you think was the most significant element of your kind of breakthrough? What was that, and how did that come about?
I just feel like my whole career, from like deciding I wanted to be a musician to like now, has been this full sprint, like a full sprint up to the quarantine. Like it was just like fully intense.
I'm a hustler. I'm gonna come up.
Perseverance and belief and manifestation and intention are the most important things in success. And when I was like 12, I saw this vision of the future where I was standing on stage and I felt the energy of like this 80,000, 100,000 people crowd.
Right.
And when I sat back into my body as a 12-year-old, I was like, how do I get there? That moment's still to come, but I am that person now more than ever.
Right.
So I can't pinpoint anything, because even the really bad experiences, they opened it up to a connection that brought me here today.
What made you want to move from LA to Bombay?
I think in a lot of ways, I always knew that my music and my art I wanted to represent Indian culture. And I just felt like if they didn't know me in the streets in India, if you said my name and someone said, who's that? Then I'm a hypocrite. How can I represent my people if they don't even know I'm there?
Right.
You know, I say insane things in my music, like make room for the Queen of Hindustan.
Make room for the Queen of Hindustan.
Like I need them to back that up. And when you say that in India, they'll definitely say my name. So I feel like I manifested that into existence. The motherland has always had a draw on me. I used to go every summer, you know, as a child, and my dancing and all the things that I did, you know, growing up. In my college study, I studied comparative religion, South Asian studies. So I feel like my entire life in the West has been trying to replicate the East. So moving back to the East was just kind of a no-brainer for me. Very hard for my family to adjust to.
They don't really expect their children to kind of go back, but it happens.
Yeah.
And for artists,
I told my dad 40 years after he left for opportunity, I went back for opportunities. Yeah. You know, I would tell people in the West, like that signed me or working with me, you know, you guys have an artist that can, you know, benefit everything, but they never saw the power of the community. So for me, going back to India and demonstrating it through the numbers, you know, if people in America only care about 1 million views, well, let me give you 2 million views in 24 hours. Now, what do you want to say? Now, what's the conversation for why my music can't work? Because there's a lot up against this expression in the West, because there's a lot of systemic like things set up to keep Indian ideas in a certain box. So I was fighting that constantly.
Sorry that my sorry ain't Indian enough, and America don't love me because I'm Indian.
And also India gave me opportunities that US would just be very frugal with. Like maybe I can't get on a festival stage. They don't want to put me on there, but in America, even at 2-3 p.m., maybe this is 5 years ago, you know, they didn't want to give me a shot, but India would give me a shot on a main stage, you know, with a budget to put dancers. So why am I, if I truly am an artist that just wants to express myself and become a better artist and, you know, put things on stage and figure that out, experiment, then India is the best place to experiment.
I was also reading about the lyrics in Roots and the things about the casteism.
Move like the Queen of Mumbai. You don't want no drama, Auntie G, come try. Untouchable with the Brahmin flow. From the motherland, what you reap, you sow.
Was that also an important part of kind of reconciling yourself to or wanting to be the expression of Indian culture from a place where you knew you had some authenticity?
No, I mean, I've always speak from authenticity. That is who I am. I think that that whole experience with Roots was more an eye-opening experience to the fact that information is not given to the diaspora.
Right.
To my parents, you know, to their credit, they raised me in a world where there was no caste system. I did not understand, nor did I, you know, did I relate it to real life, if I had related it to the civil rights movement in America in some way and understood the death and the sadness and the horrible things that they've experienced, then I would have understood.
Tell me who the in the gully running India.
I knew about it as something archaic. Like I studied it in the past. This happened. Like I knew that the untouchables weren't allowed to listen to the Vedas, and that if they did, they cut their ears off. Some story, and I was like, wow, this is horrid. I'm so glad this is over. But now to hear that it's not over, that's an issue.
Raja.
People want to make me some poster child for like caste supremacy, which is very hurtful because that's not really who I am and it's not who my family is. But I won't stop making, my music have Hindu attributes because that's my right as a musician to express what I find beautiful. And I really want to reject any society that says that I can't express my Hindu-ness. Like, that's so weird. Because a lot of rappers have songs like Jesus Walks and they wear their crosses, and I just don't know why I can't have an oath.
Culture vulture, die eating samosa, too brown for the label, too privileged for the cosign.
The NRI track, what did you want to achieve from that track?
I wrote it because I was upset. I was really upset one day. I had gone, through something where people were trying to cancel me. It flares up. Everyone who has a humanities degree in the diaspora decides that they want to come at me.
Do you even know who you are?
I remember feeling like, oh my God, this is a really risque lyric. But then there was this instinct in me that said, it's okay, you should say it. Right. And maybe it was for me to be educated on this and for me to go through this experience to know that, to be careful with your words and to understand the power of your words.
Seen them on the comments, I ain't brown enough to comment. Guess I gotta get the chance so I can rep a country, give my daddy options.
Even saying the word Indian in a song, like, oh no, that won't work because there's not enough Indians. I don't care. That's literally where the song came from, was I'm gonna speak to my demographic, and if that's a problem to you, I don't care, because I've built enough of a foundation that I can just speak to my own people. I don't have to follow your rules.
The peace track is very different in tone and sentiment, and it really seems like a lockdown track, but I don't know whether that's how you approached it.
No, I actually wrote it in Bombay right before quarantine, and the whole album was recorded in Bombay.
Can't kill the fun, I'm on this high I got on my own.
The video was definitely done in quarantine. I did my own hair and makeup. Just went out to the field with my friend in a camera, and we just captured the emotions of it. But I just wrote it as an affirmation. I wasn't really having a lot of peace in my life at the time, and I really felt like the repetitive nature of speaking peace into my life would work. And
right,
and it has.
Mantra, isn't it, in a way? Yeah.
And it was written in that way. If you really read the lyrics and you look at the chorus, it's written as a positive affirmation.
I got peace all around me, ain't no drama these days. You won't see me when I'm coming, cause I'm changing my ways.
I just set it in motion by saying it, and I'm completely different now than I was, a few months ago. I have a lot of plans for 2020, but God is in charge. His plan for 2020 was that I center myself, I become healthy, I become a yogi, I go vegan, and I get recharged so that when I am able to go back on tour into the world, my energy and my power will be more potent.
Am I right in saying you started out as a songwriter?
Yeah, I've always been an artist, but I realized very early on that it's very expensive to pay for studio time over and over again. And the best way to be in the studio every day is to write for other people. I found my love of songwriting, of being able to not be in your own head and, helping other people express themselves. And I learned a lot by being really close proximity to superstars taking off.
I had to tell them the truth, son, I'm just paying my dues.
There's this fluid thing, because if you're an artist, you're an artist. So I started to dance. I definitely paint. I definitely, will be acting, I'm sure. And, I definitely write, I will publish something, that's on my life goals.
Do you want to be in Bollywood or?
Bollywood would be fun, obviously. Right. Like Sanjay Leela Bhansali wants me in a film.
Okay,
and
you're ready.
Be there, ready for the 10,000 candles that he can light from my set, Film is such an interesting medium. It's the only way to show people how you see the world. So I don't know if I'll be behind the camera. I don't know if I'll be in front of it. I might be both.
That was kind of my follow-up in some ways about whether you were going to be behind or obviously lot of visual ideas in your videos now, and some of that would no doubt, and you want to write, so you could put a script together, and
I mean, it's already, some things are already in the works.
What about film music? You did Bill Charas one of the tracks, I think, and
yeah, I did something on Dil Bechara for Rahman ji. I love working with film. When I came to India, my goal was to infiltrate the Bollywood music industry in its own way, so that I could like help the music cross over. I feel like I have this understanding of what the West likes and perceives us in a certain way. So if I can help songs cross over, it's part of my mission, you know? Like I just feel like I want the East to be more approachable. And I'm not saying we need to change ourselves. I'm just saying we need to bridge the gap. And that's, if I can be that bridge, then, you know, that's what I'll be.
1, 2, 1, 2, nothing else, don't talk. Make sure you don't get in our way.
I am a crossover.
Right.
So, you know, I just believe in it. I believe in normalizing diasporic culture. Like I believe in like telling, I don't like when Indians try to tell people that like that we're not Indian. I mean, it's just the whole concept has to evolve.
Once we're out of lockdown, what's going to be the thing that we're going to be seeing you doing? Maybe next year, I don't know. Who knows when it'll be completely over.
I mean, a new album is coming this year. I'm not waiting
for
coronavirus. And there's definitely an album coming. Maybe, hopefully this, the second album after this is not released in the quarantine. Let's see. But definitely going to be a album in the next few months. We're just like, you know, I'm making sure that it's
got a name for it.
The Bridge.
Oh, The Bridge. Okay. And
bridge
so
from the west to the east, from the ancient to the future, and bridge is between ourselves and God. Music is the bridge. So
you're obviously a very deeply spiritual person. Where does that come from? What's the kind of source of that?
My mother is definitely a very, you know, she's a devoted woman. She prays every day for my safety and my future. And I think my life is an example that prayer works and that I'm divinely protected. And I get to make art, and I feel like that's one of the biggest blessings in life. So it's very hard for me to not continually just speak about God.
I got good energy, no drama.
God is always with all of us, whatever religion, language.
Cool.
If you open yourself, you can see the signs, you know, even if it's just 11:11 on the clock, or, you know, just seeing something that, you know, reminds you of the possibilities for your future. That's there. So I'm not here to like preach to anyone. I'm just here to be an example. And like a few months ago, I was really depressed, and now I'm not. And I think people have to normalize like getting help. Like I have therapists now, and I think that that's important. And I just feel like when I live my life authentically out loud in front of people, I'm not even sure how many people it's helping. And I'm just going to talk about it. I don't care if someone thinks that now my page is a wellness page. It is maybe. Maybe that's what it is. But, you know, this is my journey, and I'm always going to make the music. I'm always, you know, going to keep, you know, doing my thing.